Hello, this is the West Country Tonight. The headlines this evening. The England goalkeeper David James signs for Bristol City. And up to 1,000 jobs could go in Swindon as the Borough Council struggles to balance the books. Good evening. It was the news that many had hoped for, but no one believed would happen. The England international goalkeeper David James has signed a one-year deal with Bristol City. He's the biggest signing in the club's history and turned down offers from Sunderland and Celtic. Ellie-Louise Ringe has more.
It's a sight that will delight City fans. David James proudly displaying the Robins colours after signing on the dotted line.
The goal, and again the reason why Bristol City was the right choice, is that the goal is to be in the Premiership. Championship football's good, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a second tier in English football, and it's equivalent to quite a number of top tier football around Europe, if you like. But in reality, everybody wants to be in the Premiership.
It was just a few weeks ago that James took to the pitch in South Africa. He came away from England's World Cup debacle with his reputation intact, thanks to saves like this. But his priorities now lie closer to home.
Family more than anything else. Initially, shall I say, I have had offers to stay in the Premiership. Recently got married, and living down in Devon, it was more important, I think, for me to play football, which obviously I love. For the right club, it has to be said, and be a family man.
But don't be fooled by the new family-orientated outlook. The man who holds the record for Premier League appearances is desperate to get back to the top and hopes to get there with Bristol City. Ellie-Louise Ringe for the West Country Tonight.
Up to 1,000 jobs could go at Swindon Borough Council as the authority struggles to save £43 million. The harsh warning was delivered to staff during a series of briefings with senior managers earlier today. Roughly a third of the council's budget is to go, meaning possible cuts to services. Almost 1 in 3 people employed by the authority could lose their jobs.
The people that are likely to be affected by this are residents of the town, and we're looking to obviously get unemployment in the town down, not create a further problem. But we are where we are. The public sector, we know, is going to be hit by these reductions in a much bigger way than ever before. What's important is we do the very best job we possibly can to minimise the impact.
So far there's been no indication as to where the axe will fall, but unions say staff are worried.
Obviously the staff in Swindon Council are very worried indeed at the potential scale of the cuts and redundancies, and should be remembered this comes on top of more than 10 years of cuts and redundancies already here, so it's nothing new, but I think the scale of this is going to be absolutely horrendous.
Campaigners who spent years raising £4 million for a dedicated children's hospital unit have now been told it's to close and the services will be moved elsewhere. The Barbara Russell unit at Frenchay Hospital will shut its doors to patients in 4 years' time. But those who raised the money to pay for it say they feel betrayed by the NHS. Our health correspondent Rebecca Broxton reports.
When Bob Woodward laid the foundation stone for the Barbara Russell Children's Unit at Frenchay back in 1999, he never dreamt the unit would be closed within 15 years. He and fellow fundraisers spent years raising the £4 million it cost. Now they feel totally betrayed.
We're told that this unit's going to be replicated in the Children's Hospital. That's not true. The unit that's going to be created in the Children's Hospital will be smaller than we've got at Frenchay. There will be a lot of things that won't be in the unit that we've actually provided at Frenchay. And of course, no one's telling us that
Frenchay is due to be downgraded to a community hospital in 4 years' time. Most of the services here will transfer to the new super hospital at Southmead. But the children's unit is a special case. The local primary care trust wants to centralise all specialist treatment for children at the children's hospital. But it will cost, as there isn't currently room and a new ward will have to be built.
What we need to concentrate on is what's going to be the best way of providing care for the children of Bristol into the medium and long-term future. And the clinical evidence is really very clear that providing that care in a children's hospital is the best way to go. So I think that the investment that we make will be to good cause.
By the time the unit closes, around 30,000 children will have been treated here. But the people who raise the money to pay for it fear that when the patients move out, it will only be a matter of time before the bulldozers move in. Rebecca Broxton at Frenchay for the West Country Tonight.
Now, the Harbour Festival comes to Bristol this weekend, but will the sun be out to greet it? Here's Kate with the weather forecast.
ITV West Regional Weather. Sponsored by Braces Bread. Enough said.
Good evening. A night to keep the windows open and throw off the duvet because it's going to be far too hot, I'm afraid. Temperatures around 16 or 17 Celsius. That's a very mild and muggy night. Plenty of cloud cover, outbreaks of drizzle as well. Now, this is going to give a grey start to the day tomorrow. I think parts of Dorset and Wiltshire just hanging on to that cloud and drizzle a little bit longer. But elsewhere, beginning to see the sun breaking through. I think particularly in the afternoon, we'll see some decent spells of sunshine. Variable amounts of cloud, though, and temperatures at its best at around 23 Celsius. So looking a little bit further ahead, Sunday, not all that great, I'm afraid. Overcast with outbreaks of drizzle. Monday does offer some hope of improvement. Most places, I think, dry, some decent sunshine. Always the chance, though, of a shower here and there. And then on Tuesday, it's back to the cloud and drizzle once again. Reasonable winds, quite breezy on Tuesday, and temperatures not doing too badly at around 20 or 21 Celsius. That's all from me. Sleep the best you can. Good night.
Sponsored by Braces Bread. Enough said.
Thanks very much, Kate, and that's the way it looks tonight. Up next on ITV1 is the film Open Water. I'm back at 6:15 tomorrow evening. Until then, do enjoy your weekend. From all of us here, good night.